Hi, Patrick Haggerty here, based in Youth for Christ at the Broadway Theater in Malin. We're going to continue our journey with these videos through the Gospel of John. We're in chapter 18, and Jesus is about to enter into the Garden of Gethsemane. Verse 1, after saying these things, Jesus entered the Kidron Valley with his disciples, and he entered a grove of olive trees. Judas, the betrayer, knew this place, because Jesus had gone there often with his disciples. The leading priests and Pharisees had given Judas a contingent of Roman soldiers and temple guards to accompany him, and now with blazing torches and lanterns and weapons they arrived at the olive grove. Jesus fully realized all that was going to happen to him, so he stepped forward to meet them. "Who are you looking for?" he asked. "Jesus the Nazarene," they replied. "I am he," Jesus said. Judas, who betrayed him, was standing with them. As Jesus said, "I am he," they all drew back and fell to the ground. Once more he asked them, "Who are you looking for?" Again they replied, "Jesus the Nazarene." "I told you that I am he," Jesus said, "and since I am the one you want, you let these others go." He did this to fulfill his own statement. "I did not lose a single one of those you've given me." Then Simon Peter drew a sword and he slashed off the right ear of Malchus, the high priest's slave. But Jesus said to Peter, "Put your sword back into its sheath. Shall I not drink the cup of suffering that the Father has given to me?" Now, listen, first of all, when we read the Bible, listen, we're not reading fairy tales, folks. It's the real deal. And you can go to the Garden of Gethsemane in Israel still today. It's there. There are trees there that some historians estimate have been around for almost 2,000 years. It's an incredible place to go and to go visit. And Jesus went into this garden. It's just right next to the Temple Mount. It's not very far away. It's right there at the base of the Mount of Olives. It's not a big distance. But Jesus is there in the Garden of Gethsemane. And it's a real place that you can really visit because we can believe this book. And one of the things that I simply want to encourage you to think about is if you've ever wondered, if you've ever thought, man, I would really like to go to Israel. I would really love to see the places in the Bible with my own two eyes. Well, Lord willing, in 2022, so a year from today, in January, later in the month of January, we're going to be taking another tour to Israel, as God provides, right? And it's a 14-day tour. You'll be able to see site after site after site, place after place after place from the Bible come to life because it's real. And in this real story, Jesus arrives at the Garden of Gethsemane. Judas knows where he is, so he comes and he brings the soldiers there. Jesus stands up and he says, "Hey, who are you looking for?" They say, "We're looking for Jesus the Nazarene." Then Jesus said, "I am he." And as soon as he said it, man, they hit the deck. And John takes the time in his gospel multiple times to show and to demonstrate that Jesus is in control. Jesus is choosing to die. He doesn't have to die, in the sense that he doesn't deserve to die. He's innocent. He's never sinned. But he's choosing to die. To pay the price for your sin, for my sin, so that we can be forgiven. And Jesus knows that if he doesn't die, then we remain stuck in our sin. So he's going to pay our price. He's going to subject himself to the most brutal treatment imaginable and enter into the darkest few hours in human history. And finally, regarding Jesus choosing to die, Peter, he rises up and he's like, "Man, no, we're not going to let this happen," right? He strikes off the high priest's ear. He's not a very good aim. Jesus said, "Put your sword back into its sheath. Shall I not drink the cup of suffering the Father has given me?" Jesus was willing to drink the most horrendous cup of suffering known to humanity. He was going to drink it, and he was going to drink it because he loves you and he loves me. And he knew it's what had to be done. And so he did it for our sake. I hope that's an encouragement to you today. I'm excited for what John 18 teaches us this week. We'll see you back tomorrow. God bless.